Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, what's up, YouTube? What's happening, X? Dumpy, huh? Dumpy. We'll wait for a few more of you guys to get in here. Can you guys hear me all right? Over there on X? On the YouTube? Man, we had a good morning in the Coliseum. We were able to grind out some scalps. We had some shorts from 118, 840s from the exact top. We got some Crankster members in the Coliseum that are short on XRP from 315, closing it out at 299. We have a member that shorted Mina at only 3.3x leverage on the cross, up 187%. If you're not in the Coliseum, learning from your boy Crypto Crank, surrounding yourselves by other traders. We're not influencers, we're traders. We are capturing, annihilating these trades. We know that this is not going to be a set and forget market, not just yet. We got to see where Bitcoin's where it's gonna bounce, where it's gonna bottom out at. And we have a couple of different targets. But again, I do want to shout out entirely to the Cranksters Coliseum, the Cranksters, because these guys are absolutely killing it. The confidence is high right now, guys, in the Coliseum with the trades. On top of that, next week, if you're not in the Coliseum just yet, we will be starting our Battle in the Coliseum Season 1. You must sign up on, you got to sign up on Zoomex, get those tier 4 fees, lock it in, guys. If you are doing anything crypto, anything, spot trading, futures trading, coin margin trading, man, the deal's so good in the Coliseum, I think even the guys at Zoomex are signing up underneath me. Tier 4 fees, all right? We'll check it out real quick, guys, and then we're going to go into some details on Bitcoin and some other assets, but let's take a look at it. We still have tier 4 fees, all right? You don't have to go pop off $100 million worth of trading volume in order to get those tier 4s, all right? They're already blanketed because Zoomex understands what the Cranksters provide. $200 million worth of trading volume every single month, month in and month out. They love us. So if you guys want to be part of our team, be part of the Coliseum, make sure if you're over on X, get onto the Telegram. Make your way into the Coliseum Gateway, which is the lounge, and then eventually make your way into the Coliseum. But next week we will be starting the Battle in the Coliseum, Season 1. I'm excited for the team. I'm excited for the lounge. And I am excited for the Coliseum. So let's look at Bitcoin. Let's get started. And then we can maybe see if we can catch little scalps right now. I do have a nice little position. I jumped in on XRP. You guys, I tell you guys that I love trading XRP. A lot of volume. Can get in some good size, get into these positions. But let's go ahead and let's look at Bitcoin. I told everybody, guys, that whenever we initially broke this right here, okay? We initially broke a handful of different times below 116.5. 116.5. And you guys are going to see all over the internet, there's two different ways that they're looking at this. One, they're looking at this as a sideways accumulation range. Or two, they're looking at this like a wedge. All right? You can see that they're kind of doing something like this. All right? You can see all the touches here. And then they're also looking at it like this, that this is just one big wedge, right? One big sideways channel, I guess you could say. All right? I'm looking at this, and I'm saying, without looking at this wedge here, we do have a established range. And that range is literally from here to here. We have more touches right here at 116,500. We've only broke it a handful of times, down to that 115.5s. Now, every single time, you guys can see about these liquidity grabs. The whales have this on lock. We barely dip below. They long this thing. Think everybody's all going good. They long it again. Second pitch. And boom, liquidity grab. Took these guys out, You could see that the only people that were left on this next dip were these guys to take out. Couldn't do it here. Couldn't do it here. And look what we just did again today. Another liquidity grab. So, with that being said, if everybody's looking at this and the whales are expecting to just try to... The volume's been low. Volume's been very low right now. Okay, if we are looking at this as a wedge, all right, you can see that we barely just touched the bottom of this. All right, if we're looking at this sideways channel, we barely just touched the bottom. We keep putting in these lower lows. All right, lower lows. And what we could expect now from this is two things. Either one, Bitcoin is going to break down towards the 110, or two, we're going to head right back up to the top of the range. And the way we're going to know what's going to happen here is really based off of 116. If you look at 116,500, you do not want to see this turn into resistance. And I just say that because, again, if we were to pull our fixed volume indicator, okay, from here to here, you can see everything is going to be pointed up to the top. We're right at the bottom of this. We have another big gap, and it's going to be right down towards this 110 area. All right, let's go out to the 4 hour real quick, and I'll show you guys what I mean by this. Let's just pull volumes all the way from here to here. You can see, guys, other than this big volume range right here, there is nothing below us. Either Bitcoin recovers, all right, either Bitcoin recovers back above 116.5, or it's pretty inevitable, guys. We're going to end up back testing 110,600. And that's going to end up happening sometime tonight, tomorrow, no longer than the next couple days, point blank. No longer than the next couple days. Now, if we do end up coming back down to 110,800, you can see that this would just be another back test, a breakout retest. It's no different than right here, guys, when we were back down at 97.8, we broke out, look, retest. We break out at 110, break out. All we do is just come right back down to 110,800s and we do another retest. All right? Little scary though, a little scary if you guys aren't in any shorts or if you're not trading at all, because everyone's wanting those spot bags, you know, the $19 chain links, the $26 AVAX. Now, I did mention that in history, if we go back to BTC USD, I was expecting August to be a red month, and that's just based off of probability. You go out here to the daily on Bitcoin. We got our spider lines, and look, we are bouncing off of a current spider line right now, man. These are Crypto Face's spider lines. If you guys don't know how to do it, look at his video on these spider lines. Look at this. On the daily, we have come down directly, and it's beautiful how his spider lines work. That's a whole nother video to teach how to set up those settings, but we are bouncing right off of one of his spider lines, which is amazing to see. Look at this. Killer. I'm long, guys. I'm long on XRP. I was going to fire off a whole bunch more trades, but I don't want to give a dime back after today. I think today we're up another $1,600, almost $1,600 every day, but it has been a grind in this low volume chop. Let's go to BTC USD. And again, what I can show you guys is just the previous, let's go here. Look at this is August right here. I know a lot of influencers are telling you, oh, well, August could be green. August is green. I expect green. Well, I'm just going to show you guys why I expect it to be red. And then September, October, November, December are going to be the big months for the final rally. We go here. You guys can see this is July 28th right here. Look what happens for the month of August. Nasty, nasty dip. When I say nasty dip, guys, we're talking a 30%er. All right, so this is August of 24. Let's go ahead and go to August of 23. You can see here again. We have from the top to the bottom, 17%, 18% pullback. So that's 2 years. That's 2 years, right? 1, 2, 21. Actually, let's go here. So this is May, June, July, August. Here is July again, August. We could see here. First week, boom. This is going all the way. This is the bear market though. This is bear market, but again, we're just looking at August. 30%, 21. And then we have all the way back at $10,000 here before we started heading back up to yeah. So long story short, guys, it is I would say 3 out of 4 years it's red. I'm betting it's going to be red. And if it is red and a 30% pullback was to happen from our high, you know, I don't know if we're going to see a 30% pullback, but that would put us somewhere in the 80s. I don't think that that's going to happen. I really think that we could end up just seeing a retest of this 110. Kind of float around, and then boom, we take off towards 150s, 130s, 150s, going into November, December for Bitcoin. Let's look at some other indicators, guys. We can see here on the daily, this last little push, guys, I mean, money flow's coming down drastically. RSIs are pointed down. VWAP is anchored heavily down. I don't think that we're, as far as the daily's going, you guys can see that we haven't really, other than this area right here, you guys can see that we came down, touched the, this was back in February of 24. We had a nice big pullback. Money flow hit zero line, and then we bounced and we took off. Can we see something like this? Maybe. But let's also look at the, so this is the daily. Let's look at the 4 hour. Also, look, money flow is flat. Money flow is flat. VWAP is heavily anchored down. RSIs are pointed down as well. Let's go to the 1 hour. 1 hour, we're just getting started. On the 1 hour, let's see what we got here. The 1 hour looks very identical to this guy right here. So maybe she comes back up. Maybe she comes back up. I'm long. I don't think we're heading down just yet, but right now there's no volume. The whales are just completely taken. They're just massive manipulation during this chop. Let's see who we got here. All right, Christopher Oliveira. Shorts printing today. Yeah, Steven, shout out. Yeah, shout out to Razorback. Shout out, man. What's up, guys? I was super proud of you guys. Those P&Ls are just absolutely nasty. Golly, they're absolutely nasty. One thing I could say too, though, is that if Bitcoin goes anywhere near 110, you guys are going to get some nasty killer entries on the altcoins. Today, we got to see XRP. We got to see XRP took a beating. Look at this. We go to XRP here. This sucker went all the way down to 293s. We actually have in the Coliseum targets. Our boy Marco, we have targets of all the way down to 260s. Down here in the 260s. You can see we just have this downward trend, guys. If it's slowly breaking right now, slowly breaking. But we have targets of 260 somewhere in here before we blast off again. AVAX also getting pummeled. A lot of these big support lines right here, guys, that we're playing off, everything's breaking down right now. ETH, we have targets of 3,500. We have targets of $3,500, and I've also seen that Philocone saying the same thing. I like Philocone. He's a great trader. But yeah, your guys' P&Ls are absolutely nasty, man. I'm long right now on XRP. I'm in just a tad under 298. 298. Let's see what happens here. The best time to try to take any of these scalps right now is after a big dip. I keep telling you guys that on the scalp and chills. Anytime we have these massive dips, all of the altcoins are completely synced up as well. You guys can see here. Candle for candle, we are completely synced up right now with Bitcoin. Best time to take some positions. If Bitcoin right now does a little pop, guys, which we're barely down at 116, you know, it's really easy to get right back up to the top here. Very, very easy just to get right here. 116.5s. This is the trend line. 116.5s. Right up here. We're right here. And last time we did this as well. Just kind of double bottomed out right here and then went back up to the top of the range. If we do completely go back down to 110, I said this inside of the Coliseum this morning. I believe that these guys are going to get completely stopped out on these shorts. These shorts that are right here. All right, these shorts that are right here. I think before we see just just down here, I think you see something that pops up, takes out all of these shorts, this big sell wall right here. Boom. I think we see something like that. I don't think that we just roll straight over like a straight up Bart Simpson type thing where we're just chilling and then... But this 112, I'm sorry, 116, guys, 116.5. This is a big number, man. We got to get above 116.5, 117 and hold it. If we can't do that, and you guys can see here, we keep putting in lower highs up at the top. This is not good right here. So even if this thing does come back up, I've had this trend line kind of like this the whole time. We had that short this morning right here at 118.840. It's a nasty short. We were in from the exact top. Made a quick 800 bucks coming down. Didn't think that we were going to just have a bloodbath. I thought maybe we'd stop somewhere in here. You know, like this. She kind of came down. I thought we would stop somewhere between 117.6. I closed my trade out, and this thing just kept rolling out. And I'm like, damn. Damn. And Christopher Oliveira, he's long on Solana. He's got Solana longs from 167. Damn, guy, you got the bottom of this shit. I mean, you're in from the bottom. 167.25. I wonder which exchange that happened on. I'm seeing lows right here, 167.78. This is all primed up right now, guys. If Bitcoin just gets a little pop, man, you guys are going to make some good money. At least, I mean, really, your target's going to be up here at 175. Try to take out some of these shorts. These everybody letting go of those positions. Right up in here, I'd say. 175, first line of resistance, 174, and then 175 next stop. I know some of these guys are inside of XRP trades. We had another dude, man, that up 50%. He shorted from 215. He was short from 215. Or 315, I'm sorry. Right here, 315 all the way down to 299. Absolutely killed it. Absolutely killed it. Why do I have this big line right here? Oh, I see. Flipping some of this into support. 265. You fully expect to get round tripped. Been the name of the game, guys. You know, some of these guys that have been trying to set some of these hooks. I warned everybody a week and a half ago that when Solana touched 206, we were long from 177. Majority of the Coliseum got out right around 199, 207s, 206s. I told almost everybody in the Coliseum, I said, guys, be prepared for next week. And here we are. I said, guys, we are going to have an environment change. And everybody's going to be trying to long the pullbacks. And they're going to get blown out of the water. And look what's happening. Everybody's trying to long this shit and just getting blown out of the water. The serious environment change, guys. It's a reset. What goes up 30, 40, 50% must come down 10, 15%. Reset, grab money, grab liquidity before we can continue to climb. And look, there is no umph behind any of this. Let's see if we can take a little scalp here. Let's see if we can try to catch something on Biddy if she gets a little bounce again. Normally, the other day when we came back down to this level on Bitcoin, you guys can see we came up, we came down, played around, came up to 116.8, rolled over, kind of did a double bottom. I keep telling the Coliseum about the double touches like this. You know, look, double touches right there, multiple touches here. We want to see if this thing comes back down for a double touch. I would say let's try to fire off a long. Stops are going to be directly underneath because if she does end up breaking this 114, I'm fully expecting 110 to just be flipped to support. 110. I had a level sitting here at, because we were pulling fibs about 2 weeks ago, and we were pulling fibs from these little volume nodes like this right here before these breakouts. And I'm almost positive we're sitting from here to the top. Look at that. We are sitting at a, we came directly, let's clean up these lines real quick. We were pulling, let's get rid of all of this shit. We were pulling it from right here at 110 as the support. You guys can see just up to the all-time high right here, 123. This was actually the golden pocket. We're dipping into it again. Now, I was pulling these fibs from just these little high volume, little breakout flags right here. All right, I was doing that on Solana. Same thing, I was pulling them from, I don't like this chart on Zoomex because it's got this stupid fucking candle. Same thing when we pulled it from here on AVAX. Right now, we're getting stopped at the 786. But 113,300, I had levels of, let's go back to Bitcoin real quick. 113,300 is a 786. Pretty close to your level. But again, I was pulling it from the breakout here at this 110,500s right here at the breakout before we started ripping. Now, if we want a clearer picture, we can say, you know, can we pull a fib from This low, oops. This low of 98,200 to our all-time high. 107s, 108s. Bitcoin loved this 107, 108. Again, when we pull the volume from here to here, actually, it's a little higher. Let me get back to this here. I'm walking on a treadmill right now, man, and it's actually 104s right at the bottom. But on the high side is 107, 108 right in here. Where were you getting your 113,300 from? I have it as a 786, but I'm doing it based off of the support right here of 110, the breakout. This guy right here, this is where I'm pulling it from. And then right off of the bottom of this candle. Just like that. This gosh dang dot, dude, it's just been nasty. I had a dot target here, and I didn't think we'd hit it so freaking fast. We smacked this target right away like ASAP. This is crazy. I'm going to be setting some longs, guys, but I don't know if they're going to be some set and forgets. I've been getting out of positions early just because some of these things, they're just this mid chop is stop city. Lock it in. The moment I'm getting into $500, $600, $700, $800 worth of profit, I'm locking it in, and I really don't care for what happens the rest of the day. I'm thinking long will be Monday. Never get a home run long on a Thursday or Friday, especially after FOMC. I would wait too, dude. Tomorrow's Friday. We go into the weekend. I'm waiting as well. I'm telling you guys, I'm locking it in. You guys saw me, and Christopher Oliveira, your doc, right? Your doctor inside of the Coliseum. You guys saw me. I locked it in, dude. The moment I start getting into some of these $700, $800 scalps, I'm locking it in right away. It's designed to be a scalp, and I don't feel like I missed anything. Yeah, I don't feel like I missed anything, any of the action. All of these altcoins look like dog shit. I mean, all of these things do. We're coming back down. We just did a double bottom retest here at 295. We got to see if XRP is going to hold this. If not, I would say that we're coming back down to 270s, somewhere back down in here. It almost looks like this thing wants to, man. Let's look at, yeah, this thing looks like dog shit, man. But like I was saying inside of the Coliseum, I don't want to be too overly bearish and then we miss the move, guys. We're just going to trade it. I can't be biased in any direction. I know some of you guys that are inside of these big shorts from the top obviously are biased because you want that fucker to burn. Go to zero. But if we're too bearish and we don't have a clear vision, then we're not. Then you're just gonna miss the moves. What's Bitcoin doing right now? One thing I was saying that on the other channel at Discover Crypto was that Bitcoin needed to retest 116.5, and we blew through it today, man. We needed to retest 116.5, and we just munched right through it. We broke through it right here. Boom, and then we came back down 116, 115.7, and then just took it out again. So what we don't want to see is that this thing come up here and just freaking roll out. What's up, Matthew? I wasn't expecting to get into anything else until Monday either, but couldn't resist after hitting some levels I was waiting for. Man, I wanted that XRP long at 295, but I was in the gym and I missed it. I wanted that XRP long for 195. I would have printed out another couple grand. You know, she's fighting right now. This looks horrible. I mean, just look at this. This looks horrible. This looks like she just wants to just completely roll over all over again. Roll over again. And again, guys, if you're not inside of the Coliseum, my links for the Telegram, if you guys can try to help me out, man, on the YouTube, I'm sitting at 186. We got to get me to 200. I mean, just between the exchange partnerships, getting you guys the tier 4 fees, the free calls inside of the Telegram, the scalp and chills like we did the other night, made a few $100 real quick. If you guys can help me out, I got to get to my, they say your first 1,000 is the hardest. But I need you guys' help. Same thing with the X. Same thing with the X. I'm going to be holding my longs. I might fire off a couple more if we come back down into this range, man, and we just kind of sideways trade like we did the other day when we came down. When we came down here, look, we kind of just double bottomed right here and then took off. So if we do come back down to this 114s, I'm going to probably fire off a long on Bitcoin and just see what happens. Keep the stops right underneath. What's up, $1 Million Bitcoin? You're just joining? I don't got really anything else going on right now, guys. I think I'm just walking on the treadmill right now, watching this. I'm waiting for Bitcoin to probably come back down, maybe do a double bottom again, just like it did back here. Look, it climbed up, shot back down, tried to scare everybody back out. If that happens, I might be looking at XRP back at the 290s, 293s. Me in particular, guys, because I love to scalp, my whole trading style, I can sit inside of some of these during the bull runs. We can short from the tops or when we have a confirmed bear market. But for me, in my trading style, I mean, when I'm trading with 20 to 100 grand, little moves from here to here, guys, at 5%, you know, 5% moves, 1% moves, 3% moves with only 3 to 5x leverage, you can't beat it. Just scalping away, making freaking dough. Every single time you think you got these, you know, these set and forgets, look at this nasty shit. Boom. And you think it's coming all the way back up, and no, it's not. Come right back up. You think she's going to rip again? No, she's not. You know, if you take these XRP longs, when we get back up into these 315s, I dust it. I would not be holding it. Until we have some confirmed bottoms with Bitcoin, guys, and Bitcoin's not, you know, Bitcoin dominance even right now is just consolidating between 61, 62%. Go to the daily. You guys can see, look at Bitcoin dominance is ready to run again. It's just consolidating. And that's what I was telling everybody, guys. Down here at this 60%, we had 2 levels. Came up, flipped it as support, came up higher, broke it. She's consolidating again. This looks like she's ready. This looks like this. She's ready to go again. So this is just detrimental to your altcoins. If we see something crazy though, like let's just say like Chainlink down to, I don't know, $12 again. Something scary. Those are the only things that I'm looking at right now. Like I own a shit ton of Chainlink. If we get anywhere close and we see something scary like this, back down to like $14, I'll probably, you know, just load up again and again and again. I like Chainlink. And we still got that CME gap, but it's not completely filled yet. But I think that's it for tonight, guys. I just wanted to, you know, come in, talk to you guys. I want to just give my quick little opinion for the Cranksters Trading Coliseum. Will Bitcoin hold? And it's hard getting on the YouTube, you know, and the X, because in the Coliseum, I'm super focused on my team. The Coliseum, the lounge, the Cranksters Lounge. And again, if you guys want to join, we're getting ready to do the Battle in the Coliseum trading competition. But it's only a competition for the first season against yourself. Zoomex is going to be paying you guys to do volume. I'll be helping you guys, be giving out the calls, be giving out the TA, the trades. It's pretty sweet. We have some of these guys that are excited to start making their money, extra money for just trading. But with that being said, I think I'm all done for the night, guys. 37 minutes, just a quick, short, sweet one tonight. I'm not really scalping anything because I'm not, you know, I have my one little position here. Let's see if I could show you guys here. Got my little XRP here. We're up $100. You know, quick little $100 right here. We're just playing on it. I think we were up 200 and some when it came up here, but my goal was for the trade. Let's go to a 30-minute. My goal for the trade was literally just right up in here. 304, 305, 306. What does that make real quick? Let's just do some moon math. 306, make another $700. We get, you know, if I hold it long enough, 315s, we get back up to the top of that range. It's $1,900, but no big expectations. Look, it's climbing. We're up another 120, so she is climbing. Can you see it, $1 million? Can you see my my trades? You can see it, right? Oops, hold on. I see. Hold on, I see. Here we go. There you go. We got a little 20 grand on the trade, little 20 jizzles, 20 jizzles. Little 20 grand on the trade. We're up $1.40. I added to it a little bit, just slowly getting into a position in case we get back up into that 310s. It's just pretty easy for it to do. I mean, from here, look, we dipped. We dipped, came all the way back up here to, you know, 310. Look, we're up 170s. There we go. Got a little decent trade here. Bitcoin must be pumping. Look, we're up 200. Yeah, look at it. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. Let me look at my other screen here. We got Chinese trading hours right now, 9:20. We're in the thick of it for them. I'm long, dude. I'm long. like I said, I'm not going to be too bearish, and I have to tell the Coliseum that, you know, when I start seeing some seriously bearish notes, I'm like, hey guys, level by level, so we don't miss it. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to miss it or be too biased. Yeah, look, we're printing a little bit of dough, guys. I like it a lot. That'd be nice. Let's get back up here to this 306. Pop on up. Make old cranky, it's your boy Crypto Crank, $700-800. That'd be sweet. Ooh, I don't trade meme coins, dude. We have particular individuals that like trading degen shit. We even have our own little section inside of the Coliseum for shit coins, poopy coins to trade. So yeah, it could be, you know. Oh yeah, congrats. We had another member, man. I don't know if you saw it there, $1 Million Bitcoin. We had a member. He's on Baby Pepe or Little Pepe or whatever. Dude put $6 in and he just cashed out 14 grand. $6 to 14 grand. Something stupid. It was amazing to see. It's pretty sick. That was sick, huh? Dude, who puts $6 in and makes... Who puts $6 in and makes 14 grand? And then he was a little skeptical. He's like, hey guys, I want to... You know, he was a little like fatigued about it. He's like, I don't want to rug pull on the people. And I'm like, brother, when you turn 6 grand into 14K, fuck everybody. They just sell your bag, bro, before they dump on you. It's a shit coin. It ain't the next Bitcoin. Dump it. I'm sure you guys saw my post. I'm like, what are you talking? How is this even a debate right now? Launch it. Yeah, Bitcoin's slow climbing, so we might make a little something out of this, guys. Looks like she might be ready to go. Get wide with it. CME 114 on TradingView, 114.270, 114.060. I'm reading the chat, guys, over inside of the 92 grand, 92.7. I can see that happening. I can see Bitcoin getting back in the 90s all day long. End of October, or I'm sorry, August. The end of August. There we go. We're up a little 260. Come on, baby. Pump a little harder. Oh, I'm writing you back now, Murph. Murphy boy. Oh, USDT. Yeah, you could do XRP's hella fair. I see what you're saying. So USDT for fees. XLM is hella cheap. Polygon is hella cheap on chain. Sorry, man, I'm talking out loud here on the stream with us. I don't know, to be honest with you, dude. I just pay the $8 fee every time I transfer 20 G's or whatever, dude. It's like $8. You know what I'm saying? I just pay the little fee, and then I think actually, to be honest with you, I think on Zoomex too, you can pick how you want to send or receive your USDT if you want lower fees. But I just use ER20 or Arbitrum or one of whatever's. Just make sure you pick the right. Cool. And just make sure you pick the right. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you pick the right chain you're sending it on. Otherwise, you're booked. Actually, I accidentally did that one time, guys. I sent Matic to the poll. And you know how it's called poll? Thank God. Yeah, ERC20. Yeah, just ERC20, Murph. Just pay the small little fee, dude. I'll help you make it back, bro. I accidentally sent Matic to a poll token, and thank God that like most exchanges for ERC20s are Polygon, and they're all like kind of connected. And I was able to see on chain that they were sitting on the tokens inside of their wallet, and they were able to send it back to Coinbase, which was awesome. But all right, guys, I think I might be done. I'm gonna let these trades ride out. I got a stop loss right underneath here. You know what I mean? I'll lose $250 to try to let it play out. If we break through this here, then I know we're coming back down. So I'm gonna let it ride. I'm gonna let it ride. Hope you guys like the stream. Again, if you guys know people that want to trade, get into crypto, more than happy to help. Get them inside of the Coliseum. And then if you guys can help me get to my first 200, I need to get to my first 200. There's just no way, dude. We're popping off these $5,000 positions, $2,800, showing real P&Ls, man, and people just want to see it. Come on. Come join us in the Coliseum. But all right, you guys have a wonderful night. I'll be live tomorrow, all right?